Cry of the Spirit Devotionals, by Apostle Richard Takim. Today's devotion, Monday the 13th of January 2024. The Lord gave the word. Great was the company of those who proclaimed it. Psalm 68, 11 NKJV. Welcome to the 13th day of our year of victory. We give God the glory for giving us another day. We thank Him for the breath in our nostrils and the air in our lungs. We thank the Lord, our Maker, for the functionality of our critical body organs. He has been our Ebenezer indeed, our Jehovah Nissi, our redemption sacrifice, and our everything. It has been a good year so far, and we believe the rest of the year will be great. Today we will be looking at matters of relationships, because God-given people will play a role in your life this year. Yes, you will need strategic people planted by the Lord on your path this year to help you succeed in His plans and programs for your life. By now you might have known from this ministry that God used men to reach men, He used men to visit men. If there are no men, then He creates other means. The Bible teaches that one of those means is Him coming by Himself, but it still does not eliminate the importance of having God-given men in your life, because God will not come by Himself all the time. On the flip side, as we all look out to those God will touch our lives positively this year, it is important to understand that Satan also uses men, but he uses men to destroy men. He uses men to kill, steal and destroy. It is because of this mix-up that I want to state that managing the gift of men to men is one of the major aspects of divine wisdom that we must embrace this year. We must all remind ourselves that God created us to depend on Him for success. But He also created us to need people to succeed in life. He designed us to depend on Him, but also need others while depending on Him. It is a mystery that must be understood. Understand that no one can be self-made. In 2025, you will need people. Yes, at one point or the other, another man will be needed in your life to help you reap the blessings that the Lord has prepared for you this year. God's plans for your life sometimes cannot be fulfilled until you are surrounded by great men and women who love the Lord and love you also. Yes, you will need men and women who love the Lord and love you too in order to succeed in life this year. They might not be as spectacular as you want, but you will need them. It is a principle in God's kingdom that His people be surrounded by people brought in by the divine hand of the Lord to fulfill their destinies, else they will either remain unfulfilled or be terminated altogether. The necessity of having God-given men is even more pronounced in the lives of visionary people. If your heart carries a divine vision to be fulfilled this year, or a prophetic purpose to accomplish, you will need to be surrounded by those God may have moved to help you. People whose God's given purpose in 2025 will be to help you fulfill His task for your life. If you lack the wisdom to receive and retain this kind of people, you might not see what the Lord has prepared for you this year come to pass. The principle remains, without visions people perish, and without people visions perish. Visions and all divine purposes need men to be executed and completed. Our devotional text said, "The Lord gave the word, great was the company of those who proclaimed it." Most of what the Lord will put in your heart to do as His child will need a company of people to be performed. The work of the Lord is too huge for one man to take from start to finish. He may provide leadership, but without a corresponding followership, things will be difficult. At conception, a vision may need just a man, but for its manifestation to take place, it will need people. Whenever God seeks for a man, it is to impregnate His Spirit with His plans and purposes. But whenever He wants to move those plans and purposes from the declaration to the manifestation, He will seek for men. It takes men to move things forward. So, if your life is without needed men, your efforts will not produce anything meaningful. Your life will be full of failed dreams and hope. That is what makes carnal and unwise isolations a curse. If God isolates you, it is a blessing, because He isolates to either protect us from pollution or impregnate us with pure seeds from His throne. After which He will bring choice men and women our way to help us walk in the blessing. But if Satan isolates you, it is a curse because none of that will happen. He will cut you off from needed men, painting them wrongly before you. Sometimes using gossips or weird dreams to drive you away from them. Can you imagine a David, without the strong warriors that surrounded him in battle in life? There would have been no David. Can you imagine Joshua with no people who loved and support him? There would been no Joshua. In the same way, if you are isolated in life by the enemy, there will be no you. For David, God was strongly on his side, especially when he killed the giant, but he did not become king until God planted men who were strongly by his side. You will need God strongly by your side to kill your giants, but to become king, you will need men God has moved to be strongly by your side. Again, our devotional text said the Lord gave the word, and great was the company of those who proclaim it. He who gave the word also gave those he gave the word the people they needed to proclaim it. The word of the Lord in your life will need the people of the Lord on earth to be fulfilled. If they come, you will need wisdom to receive and retain them. May you not lack it. May the Holy Spirit take these truths further and cause a brighter light to shine upon you in Jesus' precious name. Make this scriptural passage an additional meditation for the day. A man who isolates himself seeks his own desire, he rages against all wise judgment. A fool has no delight in understanding, but in expressing his own heart. When the wicked comes, contempt comes also, and with dishonor comes reproach. Proverbs 18:1-3 NKJV. A brother offended is harder to win than a strong city, and contentions are like the bars of a castle. Proverbs 18:19 NKJV.